Hello guys, and welcome back to another video with Dark Bribe. We got another great one here for you today. We are going to be going over the top 10 rare spell cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I did leave out cards that were specific to archetypes, so all these cards will fit right into any deck you're running. So the first card coming in at number 10 is a quick play spell card, Inferno Tempest, and it reads, when you take 3,000 or more battle damage from one attack, you can activate this card. Remove all monsters in each player's deck and graveyard from play. Kind of surprised that Inferno Tempest is number 10 on the list, but I guess that also makes sense because you don't really want to run this in every deck. This deck works really well for removed from play decks. If you watch any of my videos, you know I love Inferno Tempest. I love hitting people with this. It does work better if you have ways to get monsters back that are removed from play. And it also works good if you have cards like Grand Maju or Golden Homunculus, which give you attack equal to the number of cards removed from play. All in all, I would definitely recommend this card, but I would just, like I said, be careful about what deck you play it in and make sure you have cards that complement it well. And coming in at number 9, we have an equip play spell card, Horn of the Unicorn. And it reads, the equipped monster gains 700 attack and defense. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, return it to the top of the deck. So this is a pretty straightforward card. You can equip it to any monster and you'll gain the 700 attack and defense. And then when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, returns to your deck. So that's a good effect, but I used to play this card a long time ago, and this card used to get me in trouble. When my opponent would wipe out all my cards, and then the only card I have left is Horn of the Unicorn, and I'd have to draw it off the top of the deck. So you do got to watch out for that. I am surprised it's number 9 on the list. I didn't realize so many people were still playing this card. But there you have it, Horn of the Unicorn. Pop it in your deck for the event coming up if you need 700 attack and defense. And next up on the list at number 8 is Hand Destruction. This is another quick play spell card, and it reads, each player sends 2 cards from their hand to the graveyard, then draws 2 cards. So Hand Destruction is a really cool card. This is probably one of the most useful cards on the list, and it's going to allow you and your opponent to discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards. You do got to watch out though, because you could be helping your opponent out, but in the same token, you could be advancing your player, making combos by throwing cards into your graveyard. You do got to watch out because you have to have 2 cards in your hand other than Hand Destruction, and your opponent must also have 2 cards in your hand for you to be able to activate this effect. And obviously it's a quick play spell, so you can set it and activate it on your opponent's turn. Coming in at number 7, we have D.D.R, Different Dimension Reincarnation. This is an equip card, and it reads, discard 1 card. Then target one of your banished monsters, special summon it in attack position, and equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy the equipped monster. And this is a very interesting and useful card because it's going to allow you to get a monster out that's removed from play. So this works good with Inferno Tempest, especially after you have already activated Inferno Tempest, because you're going to want to get your removed from play cards back, especially cards like Grand Maju, like I was talking about before. So this is the perfect card to put in your deck if you're using removed from play. So at a cost of discarding a card, that's not too bad, but you do got to watch out because if the equipped card is destroyed, then your monster is also destroyed. But this is a pretty viable card, and like I said, this is going to be great if you're going to be removing cards from play. And here we are at number 6 on the list, a normal spell card, Magical Mallet. And it reads, shuffle any number of cards from your hand into the deck, then draw that same number of cards. So this card is mostly used in Exodia decks. I really don't see a need or a use for this card personally, because you go down a card, first off, and second off, if your hand isn't that good, then your deck probably isn't very optimized. So all in all, I don't recommend this card. But if you're bricking a lot, maybe you want to use this card. That's the only thing else I could see. Unless maybe there's some specific card that you would rather keep in your deck and not draw it. So, moving right along to number 5 on the list, a quick play spell card, Book of Moon. And Book of Moon reads, target one face-up monster on the field, change that target to face-down defense position. So Book of Moon is a really fun card, and it has multiple uses. You could use this on your turn to flip one of your cards face-down defense position, which works really well with flip monsters if you want to reactivate their flip effects. Or you could set this card and then use it on your opponent's turn as a trap card to flip their monster into face-down defense position so they can't use that monster's effect or attack with that monster. And Book of Moon is a really popular card in Duel Links, and well, it's still a popular card in Master Duel because it is number 5 on the list, so I highly recommend checking out this card and possibly using it in the event coming up. And number 4 on the list, we have another normal spell card, Summoner's Art. And it reads, add one level 5 or higher normal monster from your deck to your hand. So this is a pretty straightforward card. You're going to activate it and you're going to get a level 5 or higher normal monster from your deck and put it in your hand. And so this card is usually used for Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, or Pendulum cards. But you won't be able to use Blue Eyes or Dark Magician. But I will say this card would be good if you're going to use a beatdown deck and you can get a big beater into your hand. So if you are going to be running high level normal monsters, then put this in your deck, and if not, you're going to have no use for it. Rounding out the top 3, we have another normal spell card, Dimensional Fissure. And it reads, any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. And this right here is going to be yet another card for a remove from play deck. You don't have to use it in remove from play deck, you could use it just to kind of mess with your opponent. But you got to watch out because your monsters are also going to be removed from play. So it seems like remove from play deck is going to be a pretty good option with the event coming up. So most likely I'm going to be building one and posting it on my channel. So stay tuned for that. Number 2 is a good one. It's a quick play spell card, Mystical Space Typhoon. And it reads, target one spell trap on the field, destroy that target. This is one of my favorite cards on the list and probably one of the most useful. I still use this in all kinds of decks. So it's really straightforward, just destroys any spell or trap card on the field. It's also a quick play spell, so you can play it on your opponent's turn. And I don't see a reason why you wouldn't use this card. And here we go, for the number 1 card on the list, we have a quick play spell card, Forbidden Chalice. And it reads, target one face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. That target gains 400 attack, but its effects are negated. And it's no surprise that this is the number 1 rare spell card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master. This is an extremely useful card, and since it's a quick play spell, you can set it like a trap and use it on your opponent's turn. The only downside is it gives 400 attack to your opponent's monster, but honestly, it's way better to wipe out a nasty monster effect. So this card does see a lot of use, but the usage went down because it got replaced with better cards like Forbidden Droplets. But all in all, this is a card that you're probably going to want to run 3 of them. And if you don't have Forbidden Droplets, you can replace it and use this card in your deck instead. And that is going to wrap it up for the top 10 rare spell cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Stay tuned because next we will be going over the top 10 rare monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.